Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Lili, and I am a co-founder of Meaty.ai, and I'm going to talk about the AI and future of crypto data experience. Okay, so I have a question. Has any one of you been using AI products in the past few months? Yeah? Okay. And have any of you been integrating AI into your workflow in the past few months? Like right in your workflow? Awesome. Okay. So we are all like a transhumanist group, so I'm in the right place. So let's get to it. So all of us have been into this AI rabbit holes in the past few months, and I guess you guys have been using ChatGPT already, right? Or similar products. Okay, that's awesome. So before I dive into our product demo, so I would like to talk about a little bit of the big picture, like why do we actually need AI at all, right? And first of all, I would say that we have a lot of data floating around, and our brain has limited capacity, as you know. So basically, the capacity of our brain is 2.5 petabytes, or basically is 2.5 million gigabytes that our brain has capacity. And that's equal to about 3 million hours of Netflix shows. If you turn on the TV for a straight 300 years, that would be the amount of capacity. Also, the processing capacity is equal to about 7,000 thoughts per day at the speed of 300 miles per hour. But then when we talk about the information is being flow on the internet, it's so much more, right? And it's keep growing. Currently, it's about 5,000 petabytes with the processing capacity per day at about 2.5 quintillion bytes per day. And then we look at the Ethereum blockchain, right? We just the tiny bit of everything that I have talked about. So we just have currently the full sync data at 907 gigabytes, which is bring us to this slide, where when we talk about Web3 knowledge, most people would think about the on-chain data, which is one of the core important source of knowledge, but it is not holistic enough. For example, if you would like to understand a certain concept in white paper, just asking the question on chain, it would not be able to compute that answer for you, right? One second. And so the product that we're building, Meaty.ai, so we're actually looking at the crypto data experience from a transhumanist perspective. So basically, there are several versions of AI that we know nowadays, right? So the first version of AI is the AI that will kill all of us, destroy the world, the evil technology. The second type of AI is that the AI that will augment our ability, make us 100x of what we do. I hope you guys think the ChatGPT, for example, is perhaps the second type. Have you guys heard of Sydney? So basically, Sydney is the code name of the hacker, which is trying to hack the large language models. And have you guys tried Bing Chat? Right? So basically, the model underlying the Bing Chat was talking about Sydney. This is very interesting. You should try to read, maybe go on the internet and read a story about Sydney and Venom. So there are many different kind of archetype of AI that the large language model has been kind of interpreting and talking to the Bing users, which is it's a really crazy story, but that's for another time. So what we're focusing on right now is that, of course, we understand that AI has a power, right? But how can we harness that and let AI actually help us in our workflow? So for us, we focus specifically on using AI to improve crypto data experience. And as you can see here, like how we identify the data experience here is basically we want to improve the data environment where user could make a research about what they want to know or do in Web3. And we would reduce the distance between the knowledge or insights to the moment that they could take action. And that we would consider the holistic data experience. And in order to accomplish that, right, there are several ways to think about it. So first of all, it's quite important to talk about the interface. Okay, so you cannot really see much here, but on the left-hand side is basically like the node graph interface of Houdini. Have you guys used Houdini app before? So Houdini application is for the VFX artists to basically create an algorithm to make like all the 3D effects. And the interface is, I would say, one of the most complex out there, right? And there has been the debate about this, whether like, does it make sense that like the complex tasks that we would like to accomplish, does it necessarily need a complex interface? On the right-hand side is obviously the interface from, I think, like 1990s is one of the company's inventory interface, GUI, which is like, is unnecessarily complex. And do we actually need that, right? As you have tried ChatGPT and many other AI products, a lot of times this thing has been abstracted down to just a few contact points. So what we actually focus on at MITI is we have designed this using like user-centric like philosophy. We're thinking about very simplest point of like we want to help user access to data and act on it. As simple as that. But in order for us to go through those four, we would have to first identify like who are the users, what are their needs, and how do they achieve their goal currently. I will show you a bit later about the use case, also how much information the user requires to take an action. And also this is also related to the amount of trust that users have in the application that they use to take action. And also what data is available or have to be created in order to fulfill such goals. So our case study is, for example, I believe like some of you have gone through the exact same flow as I have. So the first application I would like, let's say we're talking about different cases here. Let's say I want to talk about the staking pools, the liquid staking. So first is that I want to find out like what staking pools actually exist right there, right? So I may have to like do some Google search, or I may basically go to DeFi Llama, or to understand what are the APY. The second is that I have to get already the name of the protocols and the values, but then I don't have, like, I can't remember exactly like how staking works or what is it about basically, like under the underlying technology. Then I will just go to some tutorial, which require me to jump into another website. And later, then I would also want to understand, okay, the differences between these protocols are like, one of them are they like decentralized or not, or like who are the top delegates, who are actually the builders. Then I have to go to like another website. In this case, I would probably have to check on Snapshot. And then later, I would also want to understand, okay, I put this amount of money, how much do I get back in return? Then this is also another app that I have to also go through. Finally, if I want to take a decision at all, then I would also have to jump to another application. And that's very likely I'm going to either go to like Lido, Rocket Pool, and so on and so forth. So as you can see that the experience right now is quite fragmented because you have to go jump into many places. And a lot of times you get lost in the flow. So this is basically our demo. that we have just put out. So you can see here, we have abstracted all these like complicated tasks that I have just explained in one rather simple interface, starting from the chat interface. So basically, the agent would ask you, okay, the agent has a capability to draw the knowledge or insights from the off-chain and on-chain data source. So you don't have to hop between platforms and just condense your action into one place. So for example, this is like what the agent would say, okay, what are the question that you could ask is like, what are the top LSD token with the highest yield? Or you could also ask the agent to summarize the eigenlayer white paper. So yeah, so here. So this is like rather fast. Maybe I can just go one by one. Yeah, so you can, for example, ask the agent to compare the APY of different staking pools by just typing a prompt. Then the agent will like draw the real-time information and then compare each of the pool for you. And this takes like few seconds to complete. Then after you have the APY of each pool that could stake ETH in there, and then what you want to know next is that how much ETH do I have? Then you can also connect your wallet. Then the agent would understand because they would draw the on-chain information saying like, okay, you currently have this amount of ETH in this wallet. Then after this stage, you can tell the agent that, okay, I would like to take this action. And this is pretty cool because you can take we can allow the agent to take the batch action, which is going to save you time and potentially some gas as well. You can also tell the agent, for example, to stake, let's say 15 ETH in Lighter pool and another 10 in StakeWise, for example. And then the agent would send you the simulation of the transaction, and then you can also take action right on this interface. Yeah, so basically this is like long story short about what we're building. We are just starting, so we did like a very soft launch like a few days ago. If you guys are interested to try out or sign up, so please simply go to our website, meaty.ai, and yeah, by about next week or maybe 10 days, we will release the first version of the product. Yeah, do you have any question? No, cool. All right, thank you so much.